let them talk. Real things sturdy and the BS walks. Stand up guy won't see me fall. Stay in the cup, won't see me ball. Cause I'm low key, and they think they know me. Like a 30-30, try to dig in this OD. I just let them type what they type, they don't own me. Everything is earned around here, you don't owe me. What they say, yeah. Hear it all when they talk about me. What they say, yeah. I don't care, nah, I'ma do me. What they say, yeah. Loud and clear, yeah. What they say, yeah. I don't care, nah, I'ma do me. Bills with my blue jeans in the pocket, like they Drew Brees. Talking who's who, they like who's me. Grass is green, it just depend on how the view seems. I don't do teams, I review teams. I'm gonna do team, heard you play for two teams. We not the same, no, we in two leagues. Take one loss, start looking for new teams. Let me say this, can't make money if you never take risks. Gotta take L's if you wanna get wins. Simple talking 101, basic as it gets. Let me say this, can't make money if you never take risks. Gotta take L's if you wanna get wins. Simple as a 101, basic as it gets. What they say, yeah. Hear it all when they talk about me. What they say, yeah. I don't care, now I'ma do me. What they say, yeah. Loud and clear, yeah. What they say, yeah. I don't care, nah, I'ma do me. Hear you loud and clear cause you talk a lot. Doesn't bother me a bit, I just walk it out. Long as that big body test in the parking lot, I'ma skirt out the parking lot. What they say, yeah. Hear it all when they talk about me. What they say, yeah. I don't care, nah, I'ma do me.
Hey, good morning, family. Let me check my levels. Y'all should be able to hear me. Yes, microphone is working. We're good to go. Hey, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there in the clouds, all the mothers that are going to be catching the replay. I'm talking about the single mothers, the baby mothers, you know what I'm saying, the expecting mothers, the future, well, I don't know if we're supposed to wish happy Mother's Day to the future mothers, but yeah, the grandmothers, you know what I'm saying, the godmothers, all of y'all, you know what I'm saying, happy Mother's Day to you. Shout out to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This is y'all day. And we got like a Mother's Day format going on today. We will get into some other stuff, but before we get started with everything, I want to remind everyone, make sure you guys like the stream, share. I know we're a little late on the schedule and stuff like that. Y'all gotta forgive me. The NBA playoffs been going on, so I've not been able to go live because the New York Knicks have got me up, down, around, all over the place, and there's been some crazy ass games every night, so I'm missing a lot of stuff. But like I said, we want to wish everybody out there, the women, the mothers, like I said, the single mothers, the baby mothers, the expectant mothers, the grandmothers, the godmothers, you know what I'm saying? The surrogate mothers, you know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day to you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. And again, like, share, subscribe, notification bell. The Cash App's available. Super Chat's available. We are simulcasting on both the home of the official YT Purge as well as Auntie's The Boiler Room. and the super thanks will be available if you are catching the replay. Also, feel free to click all the links in the description. Follow your boy on IG, X, Rumble, as well as buymeacoffee.com. Y'all can also support the platform there too. We will be back for a lot of other things this coming week. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back with body cam breakdowns and reaction. We actually got some body camera footage to break down today. Wild shit going on. Let's get a look at this thumbnail, right? Okay. So we got some crazy deleting mothers. Some of them laughing in the courtroom. Some of them blasting their husbands. Well, they all blasting their husbands and baby daddies. They just fucking them up. But the wild shit that they do in front of their kids, whatever. Happy Mother's Day to all the good mothers out there. By the way, I've also put the link in the chat box. So all mothers, you guys can come up at any given time. You want to give commentary. You want to shoot the shit. You even want to change the subject. You're allowed to do that. One thing that we will talk about today, though, is this crazy motherfucking Myron Gaines on Pierce Morgan. And we ain't even just going to talk about him. We're going to talk about some of the people that have been talking about it. Y'all know how I do here. You don't never get it from the same angle everybody else will give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get it from Ant's angle. Because it's one thing, I get it. I've always said this shit about Myron Gaines. You know what I'm saying? When he wants to engage in race talk and calling people racist and all of that other shit and all of that other stuff, it's like, bro, we don't know who the fuck you talking to. You ain't in position to talk the shit that you're talking to, the people that you're talking it to, blah, 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 whatever. But I guess you got a couple of bucks and a little bit of clout, so you feel like you can just say shit to a microphone. Whatever. Cool. But you have a lot of folks that like to come up and check these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be Myron or it be Fresh or any of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Officer Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Officer Tatum. You know what I'm saying? The same way. I'm actually gonna do a reaction and review to a reaction. I was checking out the Saint and the Sinner, who actually did a review to this with Myron Gaines on Pierce Morgan with some Caucasian women. He did a review with Cooley from No Fugazi podcast. Yeah, I think it's funny that these guys do these reviews when it comes to the racism and racial talk and all of that other stuff. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But in the meantime, let's talk about what's going on. See, I got my Shannon Sharp voice. Fuck you, Tasha K. You got me talking in the Shannon Sharp voice. Let's talk about what's going on. All right. So this is what happens when this is one. I don't even think I watched this whole thing right here. This just bugged me out. I did hear about the story. This woman ran her baby daddy the fuck over. You know what I'm saying? Drug his ass through the street, murked him. You know what I'm saying? In front of the kids and all of that shit, and laughed in court. You guys might have seen it.
A father was run over by a car while his children watched helplessly. Investigators say the driver was their own mother. Now that father is gone and their mother is behind bars, possibly facing life in prison. According to Birmingham police, the man was pinned underneath the car as family members stood by powerless. His final moments were filled with pain and witnessed by the people he loved most. The woman accused of killing him appeared in court, smiling and laughing.
There she go. Smiling in court. Just smiling. And granted, her weave is fucked up. Like, her weave is fucked all the way up. Like, y'all get a look at this chick right here. Like, yo, I get it. You know what I'm saying? One day, we're all going to meet our demise. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? It'll be peaceful, in your sleep. Surrounded by family, but nobody gets startled when they stumble upon shit. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, it'll be peaceful. But, yo, anybody that has to meet their demise at the hands of this fucking shit right here, you tell me that this look like some kind of Grand Theft Auto character, or like like one of them early villains or some shit that you gotta fight in a Mortal Kombat game or some shit. Like, look at this shit, man. Like, what the fuck? This looked like the comic relief on an episode of Power Rangers or some shit in the 90s. Like, this bitch is fucked up. Like, she is fucked all the way up. Bro, ain't enough extensions, ain't enough goddamn, ain't enough lashes, ain't enough, bro, an orthodontist? Motherfucker, yo, this is a damn 150, 160,000, maybe even a $200,000 this is a swan job right here. Remember that show, The Swan? This is a swan job. This bitch is fucked up. And I'm telling you, man, this would be an embarrassment if I had to meet my demise at the hands of some shit like this. Like, this would be an embarrassment to my entire fucking legacy. Like, real shit, I don't even want a fucking tombstone. Donate my if I gotta meet my demise at the hands of some shit like this, I don't want a fucking tombstone. Just donate my damn body to science, man. That's it. This is fucked up.
And laughing. I'm Kennedy Walker, and I'll walk you through the details. Dressed in a green and white striped jumpsuit with braids only on one side of her head, the other side seemingly shaved or possibly ripped out.
Yeah, ripped out, motherfucker. What the fuck? Like, that's what the fuck was going on underneath your fucking head before your homegirl went and knotted that shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck she did to your head. What in the fuck? Holy shit, man. God damn, man. I don't give a fuck if you with the chick anymore or not, motherfucker. If your baby mama look like this, I'm clowning your ass, man. I don't give a fuck you with that chick or not.
30-year-old Shatise.
I'm clowning your ass and your fucking kids, man. And your baby mama look like this. Real shit.
Renee Jackson stood before a judge. She's now charged with capital murder after Birmingham police say she ran over the father of her children in front of them. It all happened
right in front of the babies, man. Just ran that motherfucker over in front of the babies, bro. Like, I don't know if it's too many Tyler Perry movies these chicks are watching. I have no fucking clue, man. You know, look like he done took her on a trip to Jamaica and shit. Whatever, that shit don't matter. And they look like tourists like a motherfucker, man. They are tourists the fuck out.
after Birmingham police say she ran over the father of her children in front of them. It all happened on Easter Sunday. That day, McKees Bostic was hosting a celebration, Easter and his daughter's 7th birthday. Police say Bostic's longtime girlfriend and mother of his 2 children, Shatise Jackson, killed him by slamming her SUV into him, pinning him between the vehicle and his own home. According to investigators, the couple had been arguing throughout the day. Officers were actually called earlier on a domestic disturbance, but after talking to both parties, police say nothing criminal had taken place, so they left.
And this is going to be a trend when you see these 2 videos I'm going to break down with these psychotic mothers. And shout out to all the good mothers, you know what I'm saying? All the good mothers, like I said, all the baby mothers, all the single mothers, you know what I'm saying? All of the expectant mothers, all of the godmothers, all of the grandmothers, all the surrogate mothers. Shout out to all of y'all. But the deranged, psychopath, you know what I'm saying, sociopathic, fucking psychopathic mothers and shit, that's going to be a trend. The cops got called out earlier that day, came, and then they just left. They didn't take any action. They didn't make anybody separate, something like that. And then next thing you know, they got to come with the coroner. That's going to be a trend, and not just this video, but the next one too. What up, Ed? Salute, bro.
But Jackson allegedly did not stay
Shout out
away
to Ed
for
Unchained,
long.
man.
Authorities say she returned later that night, and the argument escalated. Witnesses say she pulled a gun, shots were fired, though it's still unclear if she shot into the air or at someone.
So she shot at his ass first. They said shots were fired. We don't know if she shot in the air or she shot at somebody, but shots were fired. She shot them. She shot, but hey, that shit didn't work. So she tried to, because this is a big motherfucker right there. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he probably every bit of about 6'4", 6'5", maybe about 280, 290 or some shit. So she was like, man, fuck that. Bullets ain't enough for this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to hit that motherfucker with about 2 tons of fiberglass and steel. Real shit. We gotta hit that motherfucker with the Kia Optima.
And
What up,
then
Lil Rock?
things took a fatal turn.
Or whatever the
Witnesses
fuck
told
that is.
police
Okay.
Jackson got behind the wheel of
The Chevy Equinox. You know what I'm saying? The Chevy Equinox. Gotta hit that motherfucker with the Chevy
her
Equinox.
SUV and ran Bostic over. Their children may have seen everything. Officers rushed to the scene around 10 p.m. and what they found was chaos.
Shit,
with around 50 people at the party, police called a, quote, max emergency because they say they couldn't control the crowd. More than 25 police units responded from 4 different precincts.
This is at a
Birmingham
party,
Fire
too.
and Rescue arrived as well,
party.
trying to save Bostic, but it was too late. He died at the scene. Bostic's sister, Catherine Bostic, spoke with AL.com. She described the scene as awful, saying family members tried desperately to save her brother, but couldn't. She claims the couple's children were inside the vehicle when their father was run over. Now, this is a crucial detail because under Alabama law, if intent is proven and a child witnesses the killing of their parent or guardian, the crime can rise to capital murder. After the incident, Jackson was arrested and booked into the Birmingham City Jail. She was
What the fuck, yo? I'm sorry I keep pausing this shit, but yo. What the fuck, yo? Man, don't be fooled by these goddamn wigs and shit. Imagine, this is some I'm gonna get you sucker shit. Waking up next to that shit. What up, Black Guardian?
placed on a 48-hour felony hold and charged with capital murder.
I don't know if you're a mother,
in court,
believe,
Jackson appeared to smile, at one point even seeming to laugh. As for the children, police say they were not physically harmed and they are now in police custody. Bostic's family says while their hearts are broken, they'll carry his memory with them forever, and they're determined to live in a way that honors him. So joining me to talk more about this story is legal expert Derek Drennan. Derek,
now y'all want to live in a way that honors him. The cops were called out there earlier that fucking day. They did absolutely nothing, and then they got to come and scrape a corpse off the fucking pavement, man. Yeah. What up, Choco Kitty?
thank you so much for joining me today. Let's just jump right in. If convicted, what kind of sentence is Jackson realistically facing?
Well, if convicted of the charge,
shout out to the guy, like I say, the godmothers. Happy Mother's Day to the godmothers, the surrogate mothers, the baby mothers, the single mothers. You know what I'm saying? The expectant mothers, the grandmothers, the great grandmothers. For real, all of the mothers. Shout out to y'all. You know, for real. I ain't shouting out none of the pseudo ass, phony ass motherfuckers like Jay Prince and shit. Them damn nigga baby mamas, dog. Fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, we don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all the legit mothers, man.
defense, then she would be looking at life without the possibility of parole, and the possibility of a death sentence.
Baby mama ass nigga. Yeah, the foster kitten mothers, whatever. I don't know. I know some of y'all be calling your cats and your dogs your babies and shit. You know, that don't necessarily make you a mother, you know, because like cats and like they kind of handle themselves, you know, whatever. But shout out to all the mothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, godmothers, surrogate mothers, grandmothers, great grandmothers, baby mothers, single mothers.
But there are also the possibilities of convictions to lesser offenses, such as non-capital murder or manslaughter as well, which would carry somewhat lower sentences.
And what are the key differences between, capital murder and first degree murder? Because we know that she's been charged with the capital murder since they're alleging that the children were present.
Yeah, she did that shit in front of the fucking kids. So she getting charged with a capital M, motherfucker. You know, straight up, she getting hit with them golden arches, bitch.
Yes, I mean the main difference is that the legislature has identified some 40 odd circumstances under which an intentional murder can be charged as a capital crime. So those offenses, the sentence is life without parole. And then there is an aggravating circumstance that, if it's available and proven beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury,
some golden
can
arches,
be
real shit.
used to.
You know what I'm saying? That capital M. The old school golden arches, you know?
Enhance a life without parole sentence to the death sentence. Basically, any intentional murder. The legislature has identified specific characteristics among those which will be treated.
For real, man, where I'm at in the state of Florida, they tell you straight up, man, hey, you about to catch a needle. That's what they call that shit here, a needle. You about to get that needle. All right? Don't fucking play, man. They ain't gonna put that fucking needle in your arm, man. You know?
Differently. And then even among capital murder convicts, there's a smaller subset of them who are eligible for consideration for the death penalty. So, for example, one of the types of cases where you rarely see a death penalty sentence is a capital offense where the person is, or a vehicle is involved. So
this shit, man. And that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck how much purple wig, you know what I'm saying? How many bundles of purple fucking wig you try to put the fuck on. You can't cover this shit up. Something is clearly not right in the head with this motherfucker, man. You can pour syrup on shit all day. That'll never make it a pancake. Look at this motherfucker. Like, this is the glamour shot you pose for. Hell nah, man. Hell nah.
The legislature, I don't know, 25 years ago or so, decided that if you shoot somebody from a car, within a car, outside a car, into a car, that is a capital case. But rarely do those cases lead to a death penalty, because rarely is there another provable circumstance that would trigger a death penalty sentence.
So in this case, because she was in the car, or that's what she's accused of, she probably will not face the death penalty.
To be clear, the car example may have not been the best one for this example, because it's not using the car as the means to cause death. It's just that the shooting into or from or within a car. In this instance, it's a capital case, as I understand it, because the children under 14 were witnesses to their parent being murdered. And that is the circumstance that's triggered this to be a capital offense. So if she were convicted, they would then have to prove a aggravating circumstance to the satisfaction of the jury beyond a reasonable doubt for them to consider whether or not she should or shouldn't be sentenced to death. Probably the most likely one in this case would be heinous, atrocious, and cruel. So that, let's say that she pinned the man against the wall, and he's, screaming and hollering, and she just keeps hitting the accelerator. That could arguably be heinous, atrocious, and cruel, as opposed to, hitting him at 55 miles an hour and causing instant, death. So those are just
Man, she dragged that motherfucker through the parking lot, bro. Through the whole damn parking lot. Sure, hey, real shit, man. She wasn't bullshitting, man. She said through the parking lot, nigga. Yeah. Through the parking lot. Drag that motherfucker, man.
kind of the vagaries. I would imagine in this case that the defense is going to be looking into what were the circumstances that led up to this. In other words, is there anything that would suggest that maybe that was a heat of passion, manslaughter type, circumstance,
Right.
or she was.
Could Jackson face any additional charges for the use of the firearm, even if no one was hit? Because police in the report, they're claiming that, people heard gunshots and things of that nature, but they don't know if the shot was in the air or anything like that. So could she face any charges for that?
She certainly could, and that would just be based on the evidence that they have, and I don't know what. I mean, it may be that the only witness to the shooting inside the house is no longer with us, and that's why those charges haven't been brought. I don't know.
Can the children be called as witnesses?
Absolutely.
Damn. They said these kids is of course, under the age of 14. I'm assuming they're extremely young. This couple doesn't look very old. They don't look like either of them have even reached their 30th birthdays. So they look extremely young. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming they know that the kids are under 14. That's a shame to have to testify against mommy. You know what I'm saying? Against mommy in daddy's deletion case. That's fucked up for a kid. That's got to be some traumatizing shit, man.
And can you just explain that? Let's say, I'm just concerned, could they potentially be re-traumatized? Would the prosecution potentially try to do this case without them, or most likely they will be called if they did witness what happened?
Well, that's going to be a decision made by the district attorney's office. It's certainly possible that it's so indisputable. Maybe there's one eldest child. Maybe there was somebody out. As I understand it, the children were in the car. Maybe there's someone outside the car that can testify.
And real shit, just judging from it, right? I know a lot of people like, oh, these niggas ain't shit, whatever. This dude, bro, you see this chick show up to court. Now, granted, she look a little rough. She look like she been in jailhouse jump, you know what I'm saying, jailhouse shit for a minute, and they probably yanked a bunch of her fucking weave out and shit, making sure she ain't have razor blades and other contraband and shit in there and stuff. But it looked like old boy had her fresh, man. Every time you see them taking pictures and shit, they wearing matching fits, matching colors and shit like that. I doubt she's copping the fits for him. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, he was making sure she was straight. I don't know if he was buying the wigs and the lashes and shit like that, but I'm pretty sure you matching up that motherfucking that carnation pink, that dusty rose or whatever the fuck that shit is. You know what I'm saying? What up, Riaz? If you matching that shit up, that's dude shit right there, man. You gotta pay for that. Nah. Even if she had him, come on, Chaco. You know damn well, even if you gonna have your nigga fresh, if he gonna match the shit you wearing, he gonna have to pay for that shit. Cause whoever the fuck paying gotta pay for both of these shits, man. Real shit. That's when it's like, look, man, we going to the party, we go shopping, whatever. We gonna come in matched up, cause we together and all. Cause she, you know what I'm saying? Look, she probably got some insecurities and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So the dude got bread and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Be taken care of. So yeah, we got to show everybody we together. So dude had her fresh, man. You think she paid for the trip to Jamaica too?
Justified everything.
When it was
matching,
but like real shit, matching fits be on the dude. I ain't never seen a woman pay for the matching fits. I'm saying I used to do that shit with a chick, man. You know what I'm saying? That's back in high school shit. I ain't pay for them damn matching fits.
But certainly,
look at this shit.
Whether or not children will be traumatized or re-traumatized is a concern in any case. And if it can be avoided, everybody tries to make an effort to avoid that. So,
Now there's video of Jackson in court. She appears to be smiling. Some even could.
What you think about that, kitty? Think that's cool? Smiling in the motherfucking courtroom after you murk your kid's daddy. Look at this shit. Give a fuck you bought him an outfit or not. Look at this shit. There she go. Fuck you defend this shit. Yeah. Like real shit. Y'all can never talk about a nigga's hairline again unless you are going to talk about this Star Trek The Next Generation Klingon looking ass bitch right here. Like, what the fuck? Lieutenant Worf looking ass bitch. Let's go.
Even could consider it laughing. Could her courtroom behavior, if this continues, like the smiling, impact the jury's perception at all?
Well, presumably,
Jury's perception. This chick pleaded not guilty after dragging this nigga through the street.
the jury selection process would probably root out anybody who expresses familiarity with any of those circumstances, the media and whatnot. So I would imagine that the people who sit and hear the case will at least have told the judge probably that they aren't familiar with any of that media coverage. So not that that would exclude them necessarily, but the defense would probably try to use their peremptory strikes to get rid of jurors like that.
Right. What happens if Jackson is found mentally unfit to stand trial?
If she's deemed to be mentally incompetent, which is an extremely difficult bar to cross, very, very few people are mentally incompetent to stand trial. I always compare it to is your client a pumpkin? Because that's about the functioning level that you've got to have to expect a judge to say that this person just can't proceed. But if that were to happen, then typically they would be hospitalized until a determination was made that they had been restored to competency, or the determination has been made that they can never be restored to competency. And if the determination is made that the person can never be restored to competency, then it just becomes a question of, is the person a danger to the community, whether or not they will remain in that hospitalization status or not.
The suspect was put under a 48-hour felony hold. Can you explain what that is and what happens during that time?
It's pretty standard. Anytime somebody's charged with a serious felony, they'll do a 48-hour investigative hold. A lot of times what they're trying to do during that period is to get the person to make a statement. That obviously makes the prosecution a lot easier if the defendant, waives their Miranda rights and tells their side of things. And that can be extended for another 24 hours upon request. But after 72 hours, then the person has to be brought before a judge and told what their charges are and told whether or not they do or do not have a bond, et cetera.
What determines, or who determines, where the children go after a parent is charged with murder, right? So dad is, unfortunately, he's passed away. Mom is in jail. What happens with the kids?
Well, I mean, initially that would be a family decision. So if there is somebody who is, willing, capable, and able to take care of the kids, that, grandmother and aunt, they'd be.
This is a shame. This is a shame. All right. Now, granted, this is obviously a toxic relationship, extremely dysfunctional. You were likely dealing with two dysfunctional people. But at the same time, these kids from one day, in one, like literally, you go from an Easter Sunday party, you got mommy and you got daddy, and now all of a sudden you got, that's it, grandparents. And let's keep it real. They ain't putting a needle in her arm. You know, that prosecution ain't even gonna go for that shit. They're not even gonna go for that. This is a life thing. So that's it. You know what I'm saying? She gets the video chats and the, I don't even think they do the 3-inch thick glass anymore. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what prison she go to, but they'll probably have to do the video shit. Whatever. This is fucked up, man. No, this is just fucked up. It's extremely sad.
Able to do that. Where it would get tricky is if there were not anybody willing to take that responsibility. So then you would have the Department of Human Resources get involved and foster care and all that.
And to be honest with you, this don't, I get it. A lot of people be like, because even the title of this video, it says like, you know what I'm saying, after deleting her children's father. This don't look like they probably not legally married or nothing, but this ain't no baby daddy situation. Like this is mommy daddy. It looks like they kind of living like husband and wife, or at least moving like it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way they moving. Like all three of the kids right there. You know what I'm saying? They taking pictures, they traveling as a couple and all of that shit. So I don't think this is like a baby daddy situation. This is just a situation where they're probably just not married. This is more like a husband and wife thing, but they're probably just not married. And probably not even living together. That's the fucked up thing about it. Damn shame, man. Damn shame that shit gets to this, to shit like this in these community, or in this community, really. Damn shame, man. That people can put all of the wagons before the horse. People can get together. They can fall in love. You know what I'm saying? They can have babies. They can sign on the line that is dotted for each other where it matching fucking fits, but they can't even cohabitate. Is that a fucking shame, man? You know? People do all of that shit together and can't even determine whether or not they want to live under the same fucking roof. You know? Damn shame, man. What up, Aisha?
Now, family members describe the scene as extremely chaotic.
That looked like another inmate that snatched her edges off. Man, her shit is fucked up. Like, yo, I told you this is one of them I'm gonna get you sucker moments, man. She was fucked all the way up, yo. Hold up. Man,
So many police officers came out. Family members are saying, there was crying and screaming, all of this going on during the time. What challenges do prosecutors face when just relying on emotional witness accounts?
Accuracy and consistency probably between the witnesses. And so, anytime somebody's observing something emotional and chaotic, their perceptions can be impacted quite a bit by that. And so our memories aren't as accurate as we'd like to think that they are.
What kind of legal strategy might the defense use in a case like this? If you were the suspect's defense attorney, how would you be handling it?
Well, I think we've touched on a couple of them. One would be, were there any circumstances that a reasonable person might have sympathy or empathy for how she, reacted? So, maybe he was, leaving her. Maybe he gave her a venereal disease. I mean, you
Judge. She's now.
Oops. Maybe he gave her a venereal disease. Holy shit.
Is your client a pumpkin? Because that's, and that can be extended for another 24 hours upon request. But after 72 hours, then the person has to be brought before a judge and responsibility. So then you would have the Department of Human Resources get involved and foster care and all that sort of thing.
Now, family members describe the scene as extremely chaotic. So many police officers came out, family members are saying, there was crying and screaming, all of this going on during the time. What challenges do prosecutors face when just relying on emotional witness accounts?
Accuracy and consistency, probably between the witnesses. And so, anytime somebody's observing something emotional and chaotic, their perceptions can be impacted quite a bit by that. And so, our memories aren't as accurate as we'd like to think that they are.
What kind of legal strategy might the defense use in a case like this? If you were the suspect's defense attorney, how would you be handling it?
Well, I think we've touched on a couple of them. One would be, were there any circumstances that a reasonable person might have sympathy or empathy for how she, reacted? So, maybe he was, leaving her. Maybe he gave her a venereal disease. I mean, you can think of circumstances under which she would just get so angry to do something that without that information just sounds, unhinged. But there may be a broader story. I don't know what that might be. Something happened. The question is going to be, is it helpful? And I don't know. If it is, then I would imagine that you would be, defense trying to argue for manslaughter and hoping that those circumstances were compelling enough for a jury not to convict of the most serious charges of capital murder. And, and it sounds like a case that, might be able to be settled because a lot of the victims probably don't want their mother to go away forever, so they may have influence on the district attorney's office to come up with something that is only punishment and severe punishment, but not, ultimate sanction of the death penalty.
No, she's going to jail for a long fucking time. Likely the rest of her life. Like, this is some shit. This is the state of Alabama now. They don't fucking play, man. They don't play. You usually don't hear too much about motherfuckers doing shit like this in the state of Alabama and just walking. You know what I'm saying? Just, well, I fear for my life. Oh, I got off because I was insanity. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because of the fact that it was probably some passionate shit and there were kids involved and all of that other shit, and you was feeling some type of way, they probably will not. I don't know what they do in Alabama, but they ain't gonna be no chamber, ain't gonna be no needle in your arm. Ain't gonna be none of that. But they'll hide your ass for about 99. Yeah. They'll hide your ass for a long time. You're going to be digging a ditch for the next fucking 80 years. Until the year of fucking 2102. You're going to be digging a fucking ditch until 2102.
Or life without any possibility of parole ever.
Yep.
I'm sure the defense is also looking to see whether or not
making fucking license plates until 2102. Easter of 2102.
there are any mental health issues. Of course, now I don't know that she has any defense at all, but once she does, any representation at all. But once she does, I mean, those issues would be one certainly that ought to be being explored. Yeah.
According to the documents, it says that the suspect and the victim, they were arguing throughout the day. The suspect allegedly left, and then she came back, and then allegedly another argument took place, and then that's how the everything unfolded. Could that be considered, premeditated, the fact that she came back, or not really?
Well, I mean, certainly it could. I just don't know enough about it
What's up, Frank One?
to say. I mean, how much of a delay was there between when she came back and when this final incident took place? I don't know. Those are going to be all very fast, specific inquiries. And certainly, whatever the situation was, the longer she had to calm down and come to this, the harder it's going to be to argue for manslaughter. Yeah. So.
And look, I gotta be 100. I done went through some fucking baby mama drama and shit like that. Luckily, it wasn't never like a life and death situation or anything like that. And I get it. I've been in the situation. I'm not gonna say I've been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because he actually got drugged by the car and shit. But I done been fucking chased down by a car and all types of other shit. And motherfucker tried, you know what I'm saying, hit another car trying to hit me and all of that shit, man. Fuck that. You fucking run, nigga. Run. God damn it. Run. Ain't no retaliation. Ain't no trying to talk it out. Fellas, you in a situation like that, she got that look in her eyes like she want blood and she willing to take the charge and probably laugh about that shit in court. Yo, what up, JT? Shout out to Underrated Darkness. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. We know what happened yesterday, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. But real shit. Fellas, bro, she got that look in her eye. Bro, be somewhere else. Y'all know what look I'm fucking talking about. That Uncle Ruckus shit. Where both eyes just bulge crazy, but one of them just bulge bigger than the other one. You see all the extra red veins in that bitch? And you know damn well Lucifer and all of his fucking might and minions are coming at you right the fuck now. Nigga, run. As fast as you fucking can, run. Don't try to fight that shit. Run. Put that shit in your rear view mirror. Don't look back. Run. If she's got a pistol or whatever, make her shoot you in the back, bro. Just run.
What is the typical timeline for a case like this to go to trial?
I wouldn't say there's really very much of a typical time frame. Cases can have considerably different timelines, but I would say if you were looking for an average, I'd probably say about 2 years.
2 years, and so from now, we know she had her
In this
first court
jurisdiction, yeah,
appearance. We
right.
know she had her
So-
first court appearance. From what happens from that point?
Okay, the case is set in front of District Judge Bell. So the first determination is going to be: are they going to have a preliminary hearing? The courts here have historically, all preliminary hearings have been held in district court, but on serious cases, they have had circuit court judges do preliminary hearings. So that's going to be the first thing: is there a preliminary hearing on? And it's just a question of probable cause. Is there probable cause to believe that the offense was committed and that the defendant committed it? It's a good opportunity for the defense counsel to find out.
We're checking out some crazy ass moms. This one, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but this one right here, if you're just coming in, she did drag her baby daddy through a fucking parking lot on Easter Sunday with her vehicle. And yes, that dude is now fucking deceased. And she laughed in court when she was being charged with the capital M, with the golden arches, as me and Choco Kitty was just saying. You know what I'm saying? When she got charged with the golden arches, you know what I'm saying, the capital M, she just giggled, man. Giggled. with half of her fucking edges taken the fuck out. Like, yo, she is over here looking fucked all the way up. Like, she is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think, hey, man, that purple wig and shit, that shit don't mean a motherfucking thing, man. She is fucked up in that goddamn courtroom, man. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit here. That's got to be the most embarrassing shit as a fucking man, that they got to carve that shit on your tombstone. They got to put this shit in your, well, hopefully they don't mention this shit in any eulogies for you, but they got to put this shit in your fucking obituary that you passed away at the hands of this shit here. This fucking, hey, you guys, Goonies looking ass. I'm sorry. That is fucked up, man. No. So I said, Raven, run. Fellas, run. Because I'll tell you, that hood shit ain't normal, but these chicks getting the look in their motherfucking eyes and pulling out goddamn hammers and mace and trying to run niggas over with cars and shit like that. That shit ain't new. And niggas think that's just hood shit, man. Fuck out of here, man. I done seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was a I think I don't remember if it was a Puerto Rican couple or a Colombian couple. But either way, whatever, man. That motherfucker pissed her off. I don't know what the fuck he did to her. Man, she covered that son bitch in kerosene while that motherfucker was asleep, man. She doused him in that shit in kerosene. You know what I'm saying? When the splash woke his ass up, she just threw a match on his ass. Woo. Woo. Fuck it. You know? So, nah, man. Like I said, fellas, just run. This is not a racial thing, which I will talk about when I get into the Myron Gaines thing. This is not a racial thing at all. You know what I'm saying? A chick hitting your ass with a car, trying to bust your fucking skull wide the fuck open, trying to blast your motherfucking ass, dousing your ass with fucking kerosene or some shit, or putting arsenic in your motherfucking coffee about a pinch at a time every fucking day so she can watch your ass delete slowly over the next 5 years. Yeah, bro, I done heard about all types of shit and didn't even hear about all the shit. You hear about something new every day. You comb through this shit in my fucking algorithms. I know a lot of y'all that be in the true crime sectors. Y'all be seeing some crazy ass shit. Okay? Because that's one of the things. I'm not going to go too deep into this shit. But that's the thing. Now that you got all this CSI and Criminal Minds and damn Forensic Files and Snapped and First 48 and all of this other shit, now everybody thinks that they're some kind of fucking legal expert. Everybody thinks they're Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct and they could just fool the cops because they're smooth. We know all the cops' procedures. I've watched 258,000 fucking episodes of Law and Order, CSI, Suits, and fuck out of here, man. You know, it's fucking crazy. You know, and now this dude done lost his life over an argument with his baby mom. That shit is fucked up. That's fucked up. You know?
Okay, the case is set in front of District Judge Bell. So the first,
I heard about
the first determination is going to be: are they going to have a preliminary hearing? The courts here have historically, all preliminary hearings have been held in district court, but on serious cases, they have had circuit court judges do preliminary hearings. So that's going to be the first thing: is there a preliminary hearing on?
I'm actually going to step outside.
It's just a question of probable cause.
You see
probable
any chicks
cause
doing
to believe
this
that
shit,
the offense was
run
committed
or else get caught. That's what I'm trying to say. Look, when these chicks start losing their shit, because they will shed their skin right in front of you, fellas, just run. Don't try to fucking fight them. Don't try to talk them down off of a ledge. I did a body camera video the last time we did body camera video where she just shot that motherfucker, man. And he's like, oh, I tried to wrestle the gun out of her hand, which, to be honest, is the only reason why he's probably still alive. But instead of fucking running, yeah, she shot his ass right in the damn leg. in the ground. Like, what the fuck are you niggas crazy? Just run. Just fucking run. Like, I don't understand that shit. I don't give a damn if this chick was all state track team. Motherfucker, if I'm running for my life, there's no way in hell she's catching me. Okay? There's no way in hell she's catching me. And if she shoot me, she's going to have to shoot me in the back. I'm not staying around to see what the fuck happens next. I learned that shit a long time ago. Fuck that. You got that look in your eye like your ass want blood? Literally? I am not staying around to see what the fuck happens next. I'm out of here.
It's a good opportunity for defense counsel to find out answers to questions they might have about the case, to prepare themselves for the next level. But those district court proceedings are going to have to happen, and they'll either have a preliminary hearing, a probable cause hearing, or counsel will waive the right to have that hearing, and it will be bound over to await the action of the grand jury. Typically, that's about a 4 to 6 month process. The grand jury is obviously going to indict in a case like this, and then it's set in circuit court, and that's where pleas and jury trials take place.
Great. Well, this is a case that we will definitely be following closely. Derek, thank you so much for coming on today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Jackson is currently in custody and was not given bond. For Law and Crime, I'm Kennedy Walker.
Make sure I got levels. Yeah, I do. All right. Hold up. Yeah, I just went outside, so give me a second here. What's up, Letitia McGee? How you doing? How you doing? Enjoying the fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Happy Mother's Day. Like I said, shout out to all the mothers, baby mothers, single mothers, grandmothers, surrogate mothers. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Just all the mothers, great grandmothers, all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know? Oh, by the way, any mothers, y'all feel free to come up. I did drop the link, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. I'm going to drop that now. Y'all can come up at any time you want. Fellas, y'all can come up too, but there won't be any disrespect toward the mothers. Today, they get their day, just like I don't allow any disrespect toward the fathers or fatherhood on this day. But we are talking about the crazy deleter moms. You know what I'm saying? Today, just a couple of them. We ain't gonna talk about all of them. We ain't gonna talk about all of them. That's why we're gonna get up with the next video in a second, right? Before we get into like Myron Gaines and some crazy shit he was doing, right? This chick right here, this was just as bad as the last one, right? But it's actually worse because this woman, she tries to lie, right? She tries to lie, and of course there are shots fired. Little does she know, her husband is actually, and this is the same scenario where the cops were called earlier that day. You know what I'm saying? The cops were called earlier that day. They tried to fix, you know what I'm saying, handle some stuff, and it wasn't able to be, well, I'm sorry. They didn't see any signs of a struggle or anything like that, so they couldn't make anybody leave. Their husband and wife, boom, 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 whatever. Hey, they actually came twice this day, right? And on the third time, they had to come clean up a corpse. That's the way it is. Now, little did she know, when she decided to fire that sack of shots, he happened to be on the phone with 911. So when she tried to tell the cops, oh, he was a struggle and he was hitting on me and all of this other stuff, it didn't work because he was on 911 while he was on the call with the dispatcher while she was blasting his ass. So let me get right into this one right here.
33-year-old Colin Turner is locked in his garage. His wife, Bree Kuhn, forcibly trapped him inside their own house after an argument involving their 3 children. He decides to call 911, hoping for help, but things would quickly spiral into tragedy.
Sheriff's Office emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. And then when I tried to
What was that?
Hey, I hear that, bro. He's on the phone with 911. We're going to spin that back because it was only 40 seconds, dog. So we're going to spin the block on that shit, man. He is on the line with 911 because wifey has locked him in the garage. He's like, the guy y'all were just here. Y'all told her that she can't stop me from coming back in the house. He went in the house to try to grab his belongings. Y'all will hear about all this because we actually got both visits from the cops right here. Both visits. So we should be able to wrap that up within the next hour. And then we'll get to the whole Myron games and the race talk. But again, happy Mother's Day to all the good mothers, all the grandmothers, the surrogate mothers, the single mothers, the baby mothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to all of y'all. Where would we be without y'all? But today we are going to talk about the crazy psychotic mothers. Whoa.
You just shot me!
Hold up.
It's 6:20 p.m. on September 8th. 33-year-old Colin Turner is locked in his garage. His wife, Bree Kuhn,
Yeah, the single mothers, the expecting mothers. We gonna give, for real. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no single mother or any type of mother disrespect today. Don't make me de-wrench nobody, please. There won't be any mother disrespect. We might clown a few psychotic mothers that are in court with their edges all fucked up, but no, you know what I'm saying? But no, you know what I'm saying? There won't be any disrespect for mothers. You know what I'm saying? That includes baby mothers, single mothers, grandmothers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the mothers going through the struggle today.
forcibly trapped him inside their own house after an argument involving their 3 children. He decides to call 911, hoping for help, but things would quickly spiral into tragedy.
Sheriff's Office emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. And then when I tried to
What was that?
You just shot me!
I got the shooting. Somebody keeps driving. She just shot him.
Immediately, the dispatcher realizes the severity of the situation, rushing officers to the scene. However, these officers have no idea what they are blindly walking into, because Kuhn isn't just anyone. She is a high-ranking officer in the U.S. Navy. But to understand how things escalated this far, we first need to look at the events that took place prior to this call, because this wasn't the first time police showed up to Bree and Colin's house that day. In fact, police had been to the house 2 times prior to the shooting. The first 911 call would be made by Bree at 12:53 p.m., where she would make a worrying claim.
Sheriff's Office emergency. Hi, can I have a police officer come to my address? 6184.
Okay, what's going on?
My husband pushed me up against the wall and threw me on the floor.
Okay. Does anyone have any weapons?
No, there's none in the house.
And what's your first and last name?
Bree Kuhn. I don't want him to take my daughter.
Okay, give me one moment so I can have my deputies on the way, okay? Don't hang up.
Police immediately rushed to the scene. Upon arrival, however, they were met with an unexpected sight. Colin, Bree's husband, was seated outside, already waiting for them, not Bree.
Now, this is the first call, mind you. Keep in mind, this is the first call. Let me make sure I just switch microphones, so let me make sure. Okay, so y'all should be able to hear me just fine. Make sure that volume is good. Y'all let me know if it's too loud. because this microphone is kind of untested. But yeah. So this is the first call. All right. What y'all heard was the last call to 911. This is the first time the cops came out. All right. So when they come out, he's sitting out there waiting on them. He's going to tell them what's going on. He's like, look, man, wifey's got mental health issues, yo. You know what I'm saying? She's tripping. All right. I was just trying to go see the grandparents, whatever. Now, keep in mind, this is one of those situations where Choco Kitty, if you're still in the clouds, you actually you write about this situation right here. It's actually Brad that's being taken care of by his wife. And he admits that.
Who had made the 911 call.
We talked to you guys separate. His daughter talking on inside, and we still trying to talk to you.
She's got a shotgun and her pistol in the bedroom with her.
Okay.
And my pistol is on the dashboard of my truck. I'll put it there all pretty for you.
Okay, you stay out here, man.
I'm still running.
Her name's Bree.
Her name's Bree. She's got
What's
both
up,
kids
Bree?
in there with her.
All right. Do me a favor and lift your shirt up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, why don't you give me a rundown on what happened during your argument?
All right. So she called you right now because she figured out that I want to take my kids to my parents' house in Georgia. More for me, I guess, me to have a break from her. A little bit of backstory. In March, she tried to, after she was inpatient, and then she was outpatient group for a while. She got kicked out of that group. So she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in March.
There you go. He's like, yo, we got medical diagnosis on this motherfucker, man. Like, real shit. A doctor even put it right on her damn sheet. Like, look, yeah, she is a fucking loon. A real loon. You know what I'm saying? Like, this chick got that she got that Sarah Connor shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit.
April, got kicked out of her first therapy group, got kicked out of her second therapy group.
Yeah, the
therapy
Navy
group, and
it was
she skipped
both
her
in the
last
Navy,
two individual
actually.
therapies.
Okay. Well, so what happened today causing her to pick the phone up and call? I guess she called 911. I didn't look.
She found out I was I was packing my car.
That's what the upset was.
Yes.
That you're going to Georgia to see their grandparents.
Yep.
And then is she like, was she allowed to go? Like, did you plan on her coming?
No, I didn't plan on her coming.
Okay, you're just gonna do it, take a break.
Yeah.
And they're your kids, right?
They're my kids.
Okay, y'all are married, had kids.
Married.
They're your blood.
They're both of our kids, and then I have a stepdaughter who's probably gonna be here about 45 minutes from school.
Okay.
And my stepdaughter is fully hers legally, and she told me before if I Kylie's my 12-year-old, she said, if you take I can't stop you from taking the little kids because they're yours, but if you take my 12-year-old, I have press charges.
Colin.
All right. So y'all got the situation. Okay. Of course, they're husband and wife. What's common with a lot of, you know what I'm saying? He was in the military. She was in the military. I don't know if he's got kids from a previous relationship, but she does too. So this is likely not her first marriage. It's likely, you know what I'm saying, maybe her second, you know what I'm saying, or third or whatever, but she has a 12-year-old from a previous marriage, but they have 3 kids total in the house. The oldest one, of course, is hers. You know what I'm saying? Hers, his stepdaughter, and the small ones are his. So they're already having arguments about the kids and shit. He's like, look, I'm going to go take the kids to see the grandparents. And she's like, yeah, take the youngest ones, but you can't take the oldest ones, whatever. And I guess he was cool with it. I don't know. Y'all about to hear more.
Clearly fears for his kids' safety because of Bree's mental health, and he tried to take matters into his own hands. He had decided that taking the kids away temporarily would be best for them, but Bree refused.
But yeah, so I guess in this situation, which is understandable, I mean, especially if she's not mentally stable, you know, he's like, look, I'm trying to get all 3 of these fucking kids from you. I get it that the oldest one is not my blood. But yo, I think she need to leave too. Like you ain't all there. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, look, I get it, but you ain't got the right to be taking my kids. So I can understand how this situation escalated from both of them. But let's hear more.
Refused to let this happen.
This morning, my laptop was missing. Been all around the house for it. Finally, I'm like, wait a minute, the dishwasher was running all night. With my fucking MacBook in the dishwasher. $2,500 computer. So it was the start. Well, I guess. Culmination of a long bad tap.
Okay.
And cut me off from all the credit cards she has control over. She's the primary breadwinner in the family.
It's worth noting that
Fellas, Don't let no crazy ass bitch take care of you, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro, how much money she making, bro. You know, like for real. Don't allow that shit, man. Don't even allow that shit. She's the primary breadwinner in the family. As a man, bro, don't fucking allow that shit, bro. I don't care how much money she make, bro. Don't ever let her take care of you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no control over what the hell she make at her job. If they want to pay her ass $10 million a year and you can't match it, fine. That's cool. I'm not saying you got to make more than her, but under no circumstances do you allow her to take care of you. That's all I'm saying. You know, don't ever allow that shit. Fellas, be self-sufficient. Be self-sufficient, no matter what.
Colin had also been in the Navy, but had retired.
Notice, they say a lot of these damn marriages and stuff, most of the time they fall apart. Of course, they call it irreconcilable differences, but it's usually these arguments start over finances more often than not. You know, they just do. You know, and it's easy to argue over finances with somebody that's taking care of your ass. You know what I'm saying? And that's how a lot of other shit can escalate. You know, that's how lack of trust comes in, because people start hiding money from each other. People start weaponizing money against each other. People start using that shit as a tool for manipulation. That's how infidelity fucking comes into play, because people be trying to get escapes from each other and all of this other shit. Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that can stem from that shit. So fellas, as a man, just to maintain your sanity and just your position as a damn man, don't allow a woman to take care of you. No? Under no circumstances.
Early. With little financial support from him, Bree took on the responsibility of covering the family's expenses, and her job as a high-ranking Navy officer became the primary source of income for the family. Perhaps that's
what I'm saying. He said that she cut off all his credit cards and shit. You know what I'm saying? He got to ask her for permission. Hey, baby, can I hold $30 or $40 to gas up the truck? You know, got a quarter of a tank. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, you know, across town and shit. You got to ask for every goddamn thing, man. This shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? This shit is fucked up. That's why she felt like she can just kick his ass out the damn house, because she like, nigga, it's my house. It's my house. Like, for real.
That's why she felt entitled to.
Now, in the eyes of the law, that don't mean the goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? They married. You know what I'm saying? They married. He lives there. In the eyes of the law, that don't mean shit. This is commonwealth shit. You know? This is community property right there amongst them. You know? But that shit don't matter. The law can't always save you. You see this shit, the cops came out there twice. They end up coming out here twice. And on the third time, they need a mop, a bucket, and a damn, what the hell? A damn snow shovel to scrape this son bitch off the damn off the floor. What up, Rooster?
Take away all of Colin's credit cards. But that would not be the only thing she tried to take away from him.
Hey, we ain't gonna let you married niggas come up here and shame people for getting married or telling people not to get married. If you telling people not to get married these days, why don't you go get unmarried these days, Rooster? I bet you won't. Okay, I bet you won't. So miss me with that. Married niggas telling niggas don't get married. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. What up, Joe?
It's not healthy for the kids to be around it. She's made repeated comments to the kids, both the 3 and 4-year-old, since, well, today. When police are coming to save us because Daddy hurt Mommy. First of all, I didn't. Second of all, you don't tell a child that. Sure. Was at any point in time, did it get physical? I told you I tried to grab my daughter last night, and she got physical and stopped me. So I backed the fuck off at that point. That kind of allegation is the last thing I need.
At this point, police couldn't intervene without clear evidence of violence. Colin denied laying hands on Bree, and with no visible injuries, signs of a struggle, or immediate threat, officers decided to leave the residence. But just before they left, Colin made a chilling remark.
It's going to be the first who crosses the line, you know? Fucking sucks, man. Yeah. Well, we can't be getting too far into people's lives. I mean, if a crime occurred, yeah, good to go. But
Like what? A crime?
crime occurred. So if she slapped across the face and you got claw marks and a red handprint on your cheek, that's different. You say, yeah, she slapped me. I believe you. I see the handprint.
I almost wish.
Nobody could have expected.
Like real shit. Thank you, Gurkha. Shout out to Gurkha Legend, because you're the only one that actually just made some damn sense in this shit. This is some like BLM shit right here. It's like, yeah, we'll march in the street for you. You just got to die first. Like, that's what the cops is telling them. Like, yeah, we can't do nothing until somebody actually gets fucked up. It's like, damn, bro. I tried to call you so that way I don't end up fucked up out here. But I call you and you're telling me that you can't do shit unless I'm fucked up. But if I'm fucked up, I can't even call. Like, come on, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. So that's why it makes sense to just leave. Like, just leave. Like, what the hell? The cops can't help you with this shit. Like, the cops can't help. Just go distance. You know what I'm saying? She's a problem. You know what I'm saying? As a man, like this is like man code 101. Create distance between you and the problem. That's the first thing. And trust me, I done been called all types of shit. I've been called a narcissist. I done been called, you ain't a real man. Because what? Because I just say, like, legit, I don't just walk away. I run away, motherfucker. Ain't gonna be none of that. Ain't gonna be none of that. You putting your hands on me, ain't none of that. Oh, I was just defending myself. I ain't gotta defend myself. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Ain't gonna be none of that. You know? Ain't gonna be none of that. Ass and elbows, man. You're gonna have to follow me where the hell I'm going. But one thing is for certain, I am going. You know?
That this comment would eerily predict the tragedy that was about to unfold. Dispatch would receive a second call at 5 p.m., just 4 hours after the initial one, but this time from Colin.
My wife has locked all the doors and said I'm not allowed to come in, so I'm outside with my...
Second call. He's outside. Second call in a day. Keep in mind, this is the second time he got to call these people in a day.
My daughter's screaming that she wants to go inside and I can't.
Okay, what's your...
Yeah, y'all have already been out here once today.
Yeah, and you said that now your wife is not allowing you to come outside?
Come inside, yeah.
Come inside the home?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't there like another child home as well?
Yeah,
right?
my 4-year-old's inside. She said he's napping, and my 12-year-old stepdaughter is inside.
At this point, Bree has chosen to lock Colin out of the house, along with their 3-year-old daughter. And with the couple's arguments becoming increasingly tense, the police return to resolve the situation.
Hello. Yes, sir, indeed. What can I do for you? I'm Deputy Lynn with North County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, my wife won't let me in my house.
Okay, is this wife?
Yep.
Okay, can I talk to you over here? Ma'am? Hey, can I just have you wait right there for just one moment, okay? So what's going on today, sir?
She's got mental health stuff going on. I was trying to leave for Georgia to get a break from her for me and the kids earlier today. And she called you guys. Took my photo ID, all my access to money and everything.
Okay.
And then took the kids inside and locked.
Bro, she took his ID and his access to his, she took his ID, credit cards, debit cards, all of that shit. Because she couldn't just take his name off the damn joint accounts and shit. So she just took the damn cards, man. Took his wallet, all of his shit, man, and won't let his ass in the house to go get it. She's like, damn that motherfucker. You can leave, but your ass is broken, homeless, motherfucker. Now what the fuck you gonna do about it? Real shit. You know? And the first thing he says, yo, she got mental health issues. She's been diagnosed with personality disorders and everything else. And this is the norm. Just like y'all saw in the first video, the cops have been called out. This is the second time the cops have actually shown up. And this dude got his daughter in his arms, and he is currently locked out of the house with his child in his arms. Okay? Now, in this case, I'm not fond of the way the cops handle it, because even though I believe that she was full of it, because y'all will hear later on why I do believe that, but she says that he put his hands on her and everything else. The cops say that there are no, bruises or marks or anything like that, but y'all will see later on, she pretty much admits it in the interrogation room that he ain't do nothing. He ain't even threaten her. He ain't threaten her, ain't touch her, nothing, none of that. She pretty much admits that. But either way, no matter what, when she says that, I don't want to hear she don't have no bruises or anything and we can't do nothing and we just leave you. If she says that happened, separate them. Separate them. That's it, man. Y'all at least gonna have a damn no contact order. You know what I'm saying? A no contact order for at least a night. She says something happened, whatever. Even if you got to send his ass to lock up for a night or whatever, and then the next day he gets let out on SOR, you can drop the charges, whatever the case may be, and then boom. Give them a 30-day no contact order. That'll give them enough time to decide if they want to get a damn divorce or if they want to mediate this and save it. But once one of them says that something happened between the other two, something physical happened, which she did say that, why not separate them? Why leave them together? I don't get that. I don't get that at all, especially when there's kids involved.
Locked me up. I've been locked outside in my driveway.
Okay.
For the last couple hours.
You live here?
Yeah, we're co-owners for both.
Okay.
So I've been on the phone with family advocacy through the Navy and all that most of the day, so I haven't cared that I'm outside.
Okay.
Until she came outside with my daughter on the porch.
Okay.
Screaming. So I came over and she gave my daughter to me, and that's kind of like the last straw.
You guys,
so
are you guys still married?
I mean, for now, yeah.
It's still legal and it's common property.
Yep. Yeah. So she's not allowed to stop me.
Hey, you know she done with your ass, man. When she says you can get the fuck out and you can take this with you and hands you the damn kid, hands you the youngest damn child, and says, yeah, you can take your shit with you. You know that's a motherfucker right there, man. Not only is she crazy as fuck, but this shit is over. Okay? Real shit, man. That's when, bro, ain't none of that call, man. I call the cops while I'm walking down the fucking street, because she probably got his car keys and everything else too. So he can't just dip. You know what I'm saying? He can't just dip, but fuck that. I would have walked, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you able to call the cops, you able to call Uber. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can order you an Uber from another state, man. It's an app. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess he said he had, you know what I'm saying, the kids got grandparents in Georgia or something. You know? Is that her in the background? Yeah, that's her. You're about to hear her first statement right here. Let's get back into it. You know? What you say, Rooster? She must think he was going to another woman. Nah, he was going. He can't go. The dude broke. He said, ain't a woman just deleted one of my schoolmates yesterday all over some dude mess. You know what I'm saying? She's going to jail. Yo, y'all about to see what goes on with this one. This is extremely sad right here. Just extremely sad, because I'm like, what else is this dude supposed to do? He called the cops twice. And the cops actually physically came out there twice. And then on the third visit, y'all heard what the narrator said. Oh, they were surprised at what they saw. How the hell you surprised at what you seen when your ass was just out here twice? Let's look at this shit. This is the second time that the cops came out here today.
From entering my house?
If it's your house and you still live here, by all means, you got to enter your home however you got to enter your home.
Yeah, so she's allowed to change the locks and I'm allowed to break a window, is that what you're saying?
I'm not telling you to break a window. If you want to tear, I mean, it's your property. However, you got to get into your house, you got to get into your house. If it's your home and you live here and you've got your items in there, if you got to get in, however you got to get in.
You can't, like, escort me in.
Look, and he's even asking him, like, yo, can you escort me in there? Y'all see this shit. He's asking the cop, you can't just escort me in there so I can get my shit and get the fuck out. That's it. My shit. Like my car keys, you know, my overnight bag, my Manscaped kit. You know, let me go. You know, like for real. But so if I can't go in there with a police escort, I don't know if I'm going to make it out. Like she's armed and dangerous. Like he's telling them that. And y'all see that, and you can't like escort me in there. No, I'm just saying, you gotta, as a man, you gotta get your stuff. You know, you gotta get your stuff. Even though, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all, fellas, as men, you're supposed to have this one under control. There's always an over, especially when you stay with your chick. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you just stay in the night with your chick, you always have an overnight bag in the trunk. I'm talking about clothes, you know what I'm saying, toiletries. You can literally go to Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You go to Walmart and spend $10, $11, dog, and fill up what, you know what I'm saying? And he's in the Navy, you know what I'm saying? He was in the Navy, so he knows you fill up a whole douche bag. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it, right? You fill up a whole douche bag with all the stuff you need, and that should always be in your trunk. You know what I'm saying? It's really just a gym kit, whatever, because you never know when you might stop off on the side of the road. You and your homies going to play some ball. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Or you might just get drunk one night and have to crash on your homie's couch or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that crap happens. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff happens. So you just keep that. You know what I'm saying? Overnight bag right in the trunk. You should have that at all times. So worst case scenario, all you got to do is get out of there with your car keys. That's all you should have to do is get out of there with your car keys. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you should always have that, like, taken care of like that. You know? And it's not even just because you're scared of your woman, but just on some in-case stuff. You just have that stuff for that reason right there. You know?
And let me in.
Well, I'm going to talk to her in just a second, but we'll figure out what's going on. But at any point with this argument with
now, I don't know about a blanket, but definitely, you know, the sneakers. I don't know if you necessarily you're gonna have space for a blanket. You know what I'm saying? Like, not one you would sleep under. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, you know what I'm saying, just an overnight bag. You know what I'm saying? Just an overnight bag. You know, a pair of drawers, a pair of socks. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some sweats. You know what I'm saying? A t-shirt. Boom. And a little sack with all of your, you know what I'm saying, basic toiletries. You know what I'm saying? Spare toothbrush, mouthwash, you know what I'm saying? Shampoo, body wash. Whatever, you know? Electric razor, whatever the hell you need in your little douche bag so you can get straight real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because that happens. Sometimes you be out late one night, get a little toasted, whatever. You got to get up, go to work the next morning. So whatever the hell you was, you might have to just hit a restroom real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or a Planet Fitness, whatever, and just get fresh real quick. You should be able to do that. You know? You should usually be able to do that as a man. You know what I'm saying? So you just keep that stuff in the trunk.
Was it physical? Was it anybody hit, scratch, kick, bite, push, anything like that? Poke, anything even?
Nope.
Okay.
Yet again, Colin expresses that nothing physical had happened between the two, and Bree's mental health spiraling out of control is the reason for their ongoing argument. But with Bree now outside, the officer makes his way over to her, and she describes her side of the story much differently.
And so he's wanting to take him to Georgia?
Yeah, I was talking to him about wanting a divorce, so he said that he can take the kids to Georgia, and he can because we're still married.
Okay.
We've got into an argument about it.
Now, you can do a joint account. You should always have a joint account, but you should have a joint account. It shouldn't be your only account. Like, you're supposed to always have your own, just like she's supposed to have her own. You know, I tell a chick that in a heartbeat. I don't want to hear that crap. Like, what you talking about? I'm going to have my own as I suggest you have yours. Like, why not? What happens when I want to buy you something nice? You don't want me pulling out of our money to buy you something. I want to buy you something nice. I should have my own little stash for that. You know what I mean? Just like when you want to get me something nice, you should be able to just do that. You know? If you want to surprise me or something. That's simple. But yeah. I mean, as husband and wife, y'all supposed to have a joint account. At least one. Should have multiple ones, multiple joint accounts. But you're also supposed to have multiple accounts of your own. Like, damn. You know? I don't know. I think a lot of people over maybe America has kind of done that shit to a lot of people, right? Where they They don't see the family as what the hell the family is. Like, like television and all of these damn books and these TV shows done told people that a family is just some circle of people and group of people, and it runs on love. As long as everybody just loves each other. The hell up out of here, man. The family is the business. Ain't nothing wrong with loving each other and looking out for each other and being there for each other and all of that and helping each other, you know what I'm saying, come up and being able to lean on each other. Nothing wrong with that. But the family is the business. That's how the family business runs. The family is the damn business. So you should run it as such. And just like any other business, you're going to diversify your damn portfolio. Like, that is what it is. I don't have one bank account. Like, I don't have, who the fuck got one damn account? If you got anything going on for yourself, you're going to have, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have like a retirement account or two. You're going to have a little investment account. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a bank account. You're probably going to have a credit union. You know, you're going to have a credit union. You're going to have credit cards. You know, like, you're going to have all of those things as just one person. So how the hell am I going to get with somebody and now all of a sudden I got less? That makes no sense. Why would I get with somebody and now all of a sudden I got less shit? I'm supposed to have more shit. Like, people are like, oh, I get with somebody and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to take all that shit and just put it in here. Like, yeah, let's just put it in the account together. There's one big pot. Like, what the fuck is that? Hell no. I got a portfolio. You got one too, don't you? You know? That's it. Now we kick off another entity. Like, we're merging businesses here. Like, we're merging businesses. For real. You had your portfolio. I had mine. Boom. Now we got a joint account too. You know what I'm saying? Then we kick off another one. Then we got some investment accounts together and all of this other stuff. Boom, boom, boom. But that other shit that I had ain't going away. Like, are you crazy? That shit that I had before you got here is not going away. The same way the shit that you had before I got here should not just go away. Like, what kind of sense does that make? You know? What I be saying, man. Yo, y'all need to rethink some of the relationships y'all be in, man. It really don't make sense to be in a relationship if your ass is about to have less than you had before you got into it. Like, what the hell is the purpose? No, for real. And like I say, a joint account is only a mistake if that's the only account your ass has. It's that simple. If that's the only account you have. I don't mind going into business with you, but you know damn well I'm going to have a business of my own. My business with you will never be my only business. And real shit, I would say that to anybody. That includes a woman, a homie, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that I just met that has a damn good idea. The hell up out of here, bro. You should never put your eggs in one basket. They say that shit. So ain't nothing wrong with a joint account. Y'all should have that once y'all get together. But it should not be your only account. If it's your only account, you're a fucking idiot. Man, woman, who the hell ever. You're a fucking idiot. Like, straight up.
Pushed me up against the wall. He threw me up to the floor in the bathroom. And that's when I called the police earlier today. Then I locked him out. Well, he had been in contact with my command. So he said that there's allegations of emotional abuse. So obviously I don't want him in there. You know, him and I arguing in front of the kids. So I locked him out. My daughter, she wakes up sometimes, like in oval from naps or whatever. And it's usually like him and I will pass her back and forth. It's kind of, you know, she's fickle. She wants better. So she woke up from the nap. And,
when you say your daughter, you mean that one?
Yeah. Yeah, when she woke up like that, I brought her.
The mothers take priority today, Rooster. The mothers take priority today. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to finish this video. This is really rough. She's getting her thing going on. You can come up, though, after we finish this. We actually got to get into the Myron Gaines talk right here. But, fellas, that's a problem right here. Don't allow Don't allow anybody, let alone a woman, to take care of you. Like real shit. Real shit. Don't allow that shit. Now, under no circumstances. I'm just saying, for your peace of mind as a fucking man. You know? Like this motherfucker sitting home babysitting and shit, running errands and going and getting groceries and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that motherfucker's doing all of that shit, man. So I get it. Wifey is a total fucking nut job. She got borderline personality disorder and shit. He said that's her doctor's diagnosis. Borderline personality disorder, all of that shit, right? Cool. But at the same time, that's your wife. You still chose to marry her. So why the fuck? You ain't supposed to put all your eggs in one basket anyway, but why would you ever put all your eggs into that basket? Come on. Come on. I get it. Shit happens. Maybe you're down. He could be on disability. They said he retired from the Navy a little early. You know what I'm saying? And she's still in there. You know what I'm saying? So her stipend is just straight. You know what I'm saying? She's able to handle a little bit more. You know? Cool. I get it. It goes through that. But this person is unstable, bro. Like unstable. And this motherfucker's stuck, bro. Stuck. Like a teenager. Like a fucking 15-year-old. Can't leave the house. Can't go nowhere. Got to deal with abuse. That's it. You got to deal with abuse or just be homeless. And in his case, it's even worse. Because he wouldn't even just be homeless if he did. His kids would have to stay with her ass. Without him there to protect them.
Out here because she's used to him and I, so I brought her out here so he can help calm her down. He snatched her from me and then started trying to use her to, I don't know. Okay. He said, she doesn't want to come in the house. I'm like, Daddy's there. Okay. Being manipulative. It's not a good environment.
It's his house too, right? He lives here too? So we can't lock each other out of the house. I mean, if we do, he's got every right to enter the house.
All right, so let me, I'm actually going to spin the block on this one. I spent a little more time than I wanted to on it, but it's deep, right? I'm not fond of the way the cops are handling this situation right here at all. But, hey, police, whatever. They know what their protocols are. I don't know. Me right here, if I'm a family member, knowing what happens and what ended up happening, which y'all heard if y'all saw the beginning of this video, and you are about to see what ends up happening, yeah, bro, I got a lawsuit against the damn the police. For real. Because it's the second time that they've been called out here. And he's just telling them, like he told old boy, look, if you got to get in there, however you got to get in there is how you got to get in there. And the dude even said, can you just escort me in and out so I can get my stuff? Nah, none of that. None of that. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen, to be honest, I've never seen it the other way. I've never seen a woman trying to get her stuff out of a man's house and her not being able to get a police escort in there to get her stuff and get out. Never seen it. But I've seen on multiple occasions, like cops just, all they got to do is just stand there and watch. Ain't really no escorting them. All they got to do is just stand by the door and watch. They'll sit there and talk to her while he grabs stuff, whatever. You know, just stand there and watch. So I'm not fond of that, right there. But she just told you what was going on. He was like, yo, I'm gonna leave. And then when the kid didn't even want to come back in the house, she said it. She said that I'm going to spin the block on this, right? She said straight up, she said her daughter said, I don't want to come in there unless daddy's in there. Like if daddy ain't in the house, I don't want to come in the house. This is the little 4 or 5-year-old girl said that. Daddy ain't in there. I don't want to come in there. Hey, Shorty said, fuck it. And just, she said that you can get the fuck out too. That's a 4-year-old. To the 4-year-old. That's why he's out there holding his daughter. She literally told the cops why he's out there with the daughter. Yeah, she said she didn't want to come in the house unless daddy was out there. So whatever. Boom, I handed her ass to daddy. Fuck it. Nah, I mean, yeah, you laughing, Bridget, but that's what happened. Like, she's literally saying everything that happened. Listen to this. I'm going to spin it.
Like, escort me in, and let me in.
Well, I'm going to talk to her in just a second, but we'll figure out what's going on. But at any point with this argument, was it physical? Was it anybody hit, scratch, kick, bite, push, anything like that? Poke, anything even?
Nope.
Okay.
Yet again, Colin expresses that nothing physical had happened between the two, and Bree's mental health spiraling out of control is the reason for their ongoing argument. But with Bree now outside, the officer makes his way over to her, and she describes her side of the story much differently.
And so he's wanting to take him to Georgia?
Yeah, I was talking to him about wanting a divorce, so he said that he's going to take the kids to Georgia, and he can because we're still married.
Okay.
We got into an argument about it. He pushed me up against the wall.
You said here or there? Because here is beautiful. Like, it is beautiful. I can't even lie to you. It's so beautiful that I felt like I had to come outside for a minute. But nah, here it's great. Like, it's great. The wind is blowing a little bit, but like it's good. It's just a little windy. And it's really not. It's just this microphone is picking up a lot of stuff so I can hear it in my ear. I got a new piece of equipment.
He threw me up to the floor in the bathroom, and that's when I called the police. Earlier today. Then I locked him out. Well, he had been in contact with my command. So he said that there's allegations of emotional abuse. So obviously I don't want him in there. You know, him and I arguing in front of the kids. So I locked him out. My daughter, she wakes up sometimes, like in oval from naps or whatever. And it's usually like him and I will pass her back and forth. It's kind of, you know, she's fickle. She wants better. So she woke up from the nap. And
when you say your daughter, you mean that one?
Yeah. Yeah, when she woke up like that, I brought her out here because she's used to him and I, so I brought her out here. So he can help calm her down. He snatched her from me and then started trying to use her to, I don't know. He said, you know, she doesn't want to come in the house. Like, daddy's there. Being manipulative. It's not a good environment.
It's his house too, right?
All right, so y'all heard that, right? She said he snatched the daughter from her. First, she said he snatched the daughter. And then she said the daughter said, look, she didn't want to come in there unless daddy was there. I brought her outside. She had to bring the daughter outside for him to calm her down. And she doesn't want to come in the house unless daddy's there. It doesn't sound like he has to snatch his daughter. Like, I'm just based on what she's saying, it's like, I don't think he snatched it. Like, you didn't bring his daughter outside so that way he would have to snatch his daughter from you. You said it yourself. You brought him to calm the daughter down. Because she wanted her daddy. Because mom is crazy as I don't know what. Crazy as all hell.
He lives here too? So we can't lock each other out of the house. I mean, if we do, he's got every right to enter the house however he's got to enter the house. Okay. And same thing, if you change the locks, he's got every right to get in the house however he's got to get in the house. If he lives here, he's got property here. For the betterment of your daughter, whatever you guys got going on, you got to put aside for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but he told me not to talk to him. So I'm not going to let him in the house if he's going to come in and start arguing.
But at the same time, that's leaving the child. I mean, that's kind of leaving the child out here fend for herself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So
Bridget, ain't no maybe. obviously, obviously the daughter doesn't feel comfortable around mom, and you're going to see exactly why. No, for real. This is deep. No, but again, I don't like the way the cop is handling it, because he's like, yeah, however he needs to get in the house, if he's got to break in or whatever. It's like, bro, all you got to do is just ask her, look, would it be okay if he goes in there and grabs his personal belongings for the next few days or as much as he can really quickly? You know, I'll give him 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and I'll stay here, and boom, can he grab those and just get out? Is that okay? So that way he doesn't have to go that far. Or I'm just good. The cop could actually just phrase it like a statement, because that's what it is. Look, he's going to go in there, grab some stuff. You know, we're going to give him about 15 minutes tops. You know, he's going to grab stuff, overnight bag, stuff that he needs and everything. And then you guys can sort it out another day. But cooler heads can prevail. That's it. But he ain't do that, yo. And I'm talking about the cop now. He's over here just saying stuff that has nothing to do with the solution. Real. Talking about, yeah, y'all need to put it aside and all of this other stuff. Like, the cop, I don't think the cop understands the magnitude of the situation, but he will.
Got in her house.
Yeah,
okay. And same thing, if you change the locks, he's got every right to get in the house. However, he's got to get in the house, okay? If he lives in your property here. For the betterment of your daughter, whatever you guys got going on, you got to put aside for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but he told me not to talk to him. So I'm not going to let him in the house, but he's going to come in and start arguing.
But at the same time, that's leaving the child. I mean, that's kind of leaving the child out here fend for herself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So I don't want him to do that.
Okay. But, I mean, I can't stop him from going inside the house.
Oh, that's fine. I just wanted him to me so that she's not out here.
Okay.
They said earlier that since I didn't have any bruises, and there was nobody to witness him getting physical with me, they should do.
Despite Bree accusing Colin of assault, the deputy found no evidence of injury or signs of an altercation on either of them and left the house once again. No one could have anticipated just how much this situation was about to escalate, changing the life of this family forever. And it's in times like these where you realize how quickly life can change. Life can change in an instant. That's what happened in November 2021, when a father of two, who was tragically shot and killed while attending a pop-up party held at an Orlando business complex that lacked proper security. His grieving family needed help fighting for accountability, facing powerful property owners. They turned to find out. You can
she locked the door behind me today, and then most recently, the
body cam found in the description, or by scanning the QR code on the screen.
Sheriff's Office emergency.
All right. This is the third call of the day. Okay. Third call. Cops done been out there twice. All of that stuff. What the hell just happened here? See if I still got levels. Yeah, we good. All right.
You guys have been at my house twice today, and then most recently, the deputy talked to my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to
What was that?
You just shot me.
Oh, I got the shooting. Somebody shot him. She just shot him. I just heard 4 shots. Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there? He's not answering.
Chillingly, the line went silent. The dispatcher would let Colin know that officers were on their way, but to no response. All police in the area were quickly notified and raced to the scene.
Over the door. I'll give you $1.
Anybody else in there? Can we open this?
Police would arrive just minutes later, but by then, it would be too late. Colin was found deceased in the garage, lying in a pool of his own blood. While forensic investigators processed the scene, other officers secured Bree, who appeared to be in a state of shock.
This is Deputy Hoffman. It's okay.
Are you in shock?
Well, do me a favor. Can you, if they're working on it right now.
Okay.
I need you to go with this deputy, have her see her car. She's going to hang out with you.
Take her. I'll get EMS to come check her out. She's the shooter. Where's your kids at?
Right, that's my oldest right there.
Okay.
She's 12. Her dad's name is Runner. He's in the DEA.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Have a seat. I don't know yet, man. I just got here.
No, I'm fine. That's my kids. My husband.
Are kids in the house?
No, they're with the neighbor. He's dead. I saw him and I tried to help, but he was dead.
Okay, well, let's not talk about that right now, okay?
My kids don't have a dad or a mom now. And it's my fault.
It's okay.
Are you in shock?
Well, do me a favor.
And then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to
What was that?
You just shot me.
Oh, I got the shooting. Somebody shot him. She just shot him. I just heard 4 shots. Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there? He's not answering.
Chillingly, the line went silent. The dispatcher would let Colin know that officers were on their way, but to no response. All police in the area were quickly notified and raced to the scene.
Over the door. I'll give you $1.
Anybody else in there? Can we open this?
Police would arrive just minutes later, but by then, it would be too late. Colin was found deceased in the garage, lying in a pool of his own blood. While forensic investigators processed the scene, other officers secured Bree, who appeared to be in a state of shock.
This is Deputy Hoffman. It's okay.
Are you in shock?
Well, do me a favor. Can you, if they're working on it right now.
Okay.
I need you to go with this deputy, have her see her car. She's going to hang out with you.
Take her. I'll get EMS to come check her out. She's the shooter. Where's your kids at?
Right, that's my oldest right there.
Okay.
She's 12. Her dad's name is Runner. He's in the DEA.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Have a seat.
I don't know yet, man. I just got here.
No, I'm fine. That's with my kids. My husband.
Are the kids in the house?
No, they're with the neighbor.
I'm going to spin the block on this shit one more time, right? So you guys can understand that she opened up the garage door and shot this motherfucker. And then shot him again 3 more fucking times. Okay? That's what happened. All right? She didn't just pop him one time. Like, she dumped.
And then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to
What was that?
You just shot me.
Oh, I got the shooting when somebody keeps driving.
That's it, dog. She realized that motherfucker was still standing and put 3 more in him. All right? Y'all just understand that context. That man's literally on the phone with dispatch. All right? She popped him. And hey, mission wasn't accomplished. So she popped him again and again and again. Yeah. Pretty bad. No.
trying to get back inside. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to...
What was that?
You just shot me.
Oh, I got the shooting when somebody keeps driving. She just shot him. I just heard 4 shots. Sir, are you there? Sir, are you there? He's not answering.
Chillingly, the line went silent. The dispatcher would let Colin know that officers...
Fuck you motherfuckers. Like real shit. It's like, this is when you say fuck the police, right? Because they were already out there twice that day. That day. They were already there that day. Twice. No? Come on, y'all came out there and did nothing.
were on their way, but to no response. All police in the area were quickly notified and raced to the scene.
Anybody else in there? Can we open this?
Police would arrive just minutes later, but by then, it would be too late. Colin...
Somebody got to explain to me how the hell they just... And that's another thing. Like, you know, shots were fired. He just tells you he was in the garage. Like, y'all just walk up on the garage door half cracked like that? Like, ain't nothing been secured or nothing. I wouldn't just walk up in there. Like, even as the police, like, he just walked up on that garage door like everything was safe. Like, look, hey, man. Bro, if this is how they train cops to handle things, there's a problem. For real. Because Cuz could have walked up on that garage and then she just went to bucking at the cops. And then it wouldn't have been safe. Those are little things that I noticed. Like, if you just walked up on the garage door, yo. Like, for real. Like, look at this shit. When they pulled up, he just walked up on the garage door like nothing. With three homies behind him, ain't nobody got a toaster drawn.
And race to the scene.
Look, out of the car. No suspect identified yet. And look, he just walk up.
Anybody else in there?
Whatever, like, bam. Can we open this? Should have got your kneecaps blasted.
Police would
out.
arrive just minutes later, but by then, it would be too late. Colin was found deceased in the garage, lying in a pool of his own blood. While forensic investigators processed the scene, other officers secured Bree, who appeared to be in a state of shock.
This is W.O. It's okay. Well, do me a favor. Can you, if they're working on it right now. Okay. I need you to go with this deputy, have her see your car. She's going to hang out with you. Take her. I'll get EMS, come check her out. She's the shooter. Where's your kids at?
Right, that's my oldest right there.
Okay.
She's 12. Her dad's name is Runner. He's in the DEA.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Have a seat.
Yes.
I don't know yet, man. I just got here.
No, I'm fine. That's just my kids. My husband.
Are the kids in the house?
No, they're with the neighbor. He's dead. I saw him and I tried to help him. He was dead.
Okay, well, let's not talk about that right now, okay?
My kids don't have a dad or a mom. No. And it's my fault. Right?
Alright. So right now, we're just gonna do this for right now, okay?
For your safety, for ours, okay?
I'm a murderer.
Listen to me. You're not under arrest right now. You're being nice.
All right. So y'all hear, like, she's just saying all types of stuff. And of course, like, she's pretty much confessing, right now. But because they haven't read her rights yet, y'all already know what's up. Like, for real. Y'all already know. And
not talk about that right now, okay?
My kids don't have a dad
they
or a
been
mom.
trying to tell her, like, stop talking. Like, y'all got to get them rights out, man. Because even though she's doing this on body camera, she ain't been read her rights, bro.
And it's my fault. Right?
Alright. So right now, we're just gonna do this for right now, okay?
For your safety, for ours, okay?
I'm a murderer.
Listen to me. You're not under arrest right now. You're being nice. Okay?
No, you should arrest me. I killed my husband.
Bree immediately tells the officers that she's the one who shot Colin, unsure if he's still alive. She appears stunned and confused. She then says the children are at the neighbor's house, and officers go to verify their safety.
Hello, Mr. Jinx? I'm sorry, Mr. Curtis? Yes, sir. Okay, we're on Jinx. I'm sorry about that. Do you have the 3 children over here that belong to Bree? Yes. Okay. They're here. Are they okay? Can I put my eyes on them real quick? Yes. I think she's in a crying ball and her eyes out right now. He says that she brought them over about 5 minutes ago, no more than about 5 minutes ago. So, I don't know which one of the children saw it. The 2 little ones.
I mean, to be honest with you, they're supposed to take it easy on her right there. They're supposed to take it easy with anybody in that situation where they know they're pretty much like 100% sure that this is the person responsible for the corpse that they just stumbled upon. So that's it. At that point, you got them in custody. You keep it as calm, cool, chill as you possibly can. Let them get comfortable because they're about to be locked up for a long time. So at that point, it is no reason to get all rough with her. You already got it. Like, you got what the hell she gonna do? There ain't nothing she can do. So At that point, you're trying to get the confession, you're trying to get all of that stuff out. Now you just got to follow protocol. But the way the cops messed up was up until this point, up until that point right there. Even walking up on the garage door, like, I'm like, bro, y'all just heard on the dispatch call, like, yo, bro, 4 shots were fired in that garage. Like, the person on the other line is unresponsive. What up, new? The person on the line is now unresponsive. The hell? Yo, it's live ammunition being fired in this garage. I ain't just walking up on it. Like, for real. And just open up the door. All willy-nilly. I don't care what kind of vest I got. Like, you crazy?
Aren't crying or upset, but the 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I think it is.
We'll get
she's obviously upset, so she's obviously seen something. I'm not talking to her.
Yeah.
She's sitting there on the couch. I was just make sure.
If they want to jeopardize if they want to jeopardize their case or investigation, at that point, it's just no reason to be rough. It's just no reason to be rough. No reason. You know? The chick ain't running. She's singing. You know, she just singing. She just talking. You know, you got body cameras on. That's it. You know, we just gonna handle this real nice, real delicate. You know? That's for real. They can get really bad out of hand, and then, you know, y'all don't, things just don't. At that point, you might as well let things go smoothly. It's just up until this point, it's a lot of negligence. It's a lot of negligence, and now you got a corpse because of it. You know? Like, that's it. Remember, this is the 3rd time they're out here that day. This dude called them twice, asked for an escort in the house to get his stuff. Y'all saw it. Hey, like I say, I'm not a lawyer. But I believe his family has a lawsuit with this body camera footage with some kind of negligence for the cops, because he could have. I don't know how long he would have survived, but I think he could have got out of that house alive that day. For real. Had those cops handled one of those first 2 calls a little different. Just saying.
Yes, they're coming.
With the kids safe and accounted for, Bree is taken to the police station for formal questioning. Though she'd confessed on body cam to shooting Colin, detectives knew that an informal admission alone might not hold up strongly in court, especially given Bree's position as a high-ranking Navy officer. Their goal now was simple: to get Bree's confession documented on record and remove any room for doubt or manipulation later on. But as soon as the interview began, Bree completely changed her story.
I talked to a lot of people tonight. Okay. But I feel like your voice is the most important. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of explain.
He pushed me up against the doorway. He threw me on the ground and said nobody would believe me because I was a crazy bitch. I told him that I wanted a divorce. So he was just trying to take the kids. He's in the garage again.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they pulled up. They ain't even have their weapons drawn. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they know shots were just fired in the garage by the homeowner. And they came 3 deep. Nobody had a pistol drawn. Like, they just walk straight up, see that the door is half cracked, and just walk up on it. Like, nah, man. Nah, bro. Dude, where I'm at, I done seen report shots fired, bro. Bro, it'd have been 15 sheriff cars coming around that corner in 2 minutes. Shots fired.
And I locked him out. He tried coming in, so I blocked the door, and he kicked my foot.
And a shot.
I was trying to push to go to the door. and I was trying to keep him out. I shot him. He was still coming towards me. I don't think I shut the door.
Bree claims she shot Colin in self-defense. She tells the detectives that she was assaulted by Colin and feared for her safety. However, her story...
Yeah, that's just because she doesn't know that he was on the phone with 911 dispatch when she blasted him. Okay, that's why she's saying, oh, it was in self-defense, he was beating on me and everything else. She didn't realize he was on the phone with him the whole time, telling him what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like they got a recording of her blasting him. You know, she don't know.
The door, and I was trying to keep him out. I shot him. He was still coming towards me. I don't think I shut the door.
Bree claims she shot Colin in self-defense. She tells the detectives that she was assaulted by Colin and feared for her safety. However, her story is inconsistent with what the officers witnessed on the scene. Bree had no visible injuries to support her claim, and so the detectives continue pushing for answers to make a clear timeline of events.
How many times did you shoot him, Bree?
I didn't mean to shoot him. He said something and just the look on his face.
Yo, Shorty is tripping. First she said she did it in self-defense. Then she said he just said something. And the look on his face. He just said something. And the look on his face when he said it. Bow, bow. Damn, yo. Damn, yo. Y'all couldn't escort that man. Y'all couldn't stay while that man got his stuff and got out of there safe, man. For real. That policeman that was out there on the second call, I don't know how he, for real. If he was able to sleep well after knowing this happened, after he left,
look on his face.
He was gonna kill me.
Where did you get the gun? And you said you came to the door. Did you already have the gun in your hands? Why did you have the gun when you went to the garage door?
I just wanted them to go. Why didn't they arrest him when I called the police? Why didn't they arrest him? I didn't want him dead.
And now she's like, yo, hey, it's the cops' fault. She's like, look, when I called, because she called them the first time. And they said, ain't no visible injuries or scars or bruises or nothing, so can't do nothing. He called them the second time. They said, ain't no visible scars, injuries or nothing, whatever. And now the third time he called them, and now it's a corpse. It's like, damn, man. At some point, man, you got to practice preventative maintenance, dude. Like, this is pretty bad, man.
I wasn't out there.
Bree evades their question by shifting the blame entirely onto the officers. Failing to accept responsibility for the killing, Bree now decides to stop answering any questions entirely.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I have to talk to my dad.
We'll get you a phone book. It's real important for us to understand your perception of what was going on with your husband.
I don't want to answer any more questions. I have to talk to my dad.
Before we let you call your dad, can we give you just a little bit of information so you understand how important it is that we get your statement? Bree, he was on the phone with 911 when this happened. Okay, so we have an audio recording of when this happened and what was going on. Okay.
The only thing that we have on that recording is your husband talking to our dispatch saying that you locked him in the garage. Your husband is calm. Okay. And then the second later, the door opens, one shot goes off, he tells our dispatch, she just shot me. About 5 more seconds go by and 3 more shots go off. Okay, that is very important information, but we can only see so much of it.
It was me.
What was you?
I shot him. I told you.
What was he doing? You said he made you do
Coming
this.
towards me. No. I didn't say that, and I don't want to answer any more questions. I want to talk to my dad.
I mean, she already told y'all what happened. She said he said something. He said something, and he had a look on his face. Pow, pow. Pow.
I need a lawyer.
Knowing she does not have much of a self-defense case, she brings the interrogation to a sudden end. The officers then allow Bree to call her father, and she wastes no time telling him what went down.
Hello?
Daddy.
Hey. Where are you?
I'm in an office. Daddy.
You're at the police?
Yeah.
You're at the police station?
Yeah. I killed
I
Colin.
know you did. I know you did. I'm just trying to figure out why.
Even to her father, Bree fails to give him a reason for the killing and doesn't confirm that Colin had actually been threatening her at the time. And despite Bree's previous claim,
She actually confirmed that he hadn't. He said, was he threatening you? She said, no. No. He was just there. Now she blamed the cops for not arresting him for no reason the first time she called. I get it.
claims, the interrogation ultimately concluded with her being arrested. During her trial, Bree was found guilty of murdering her husband, Colin Turner. Here's what actually happened. After the cops left following their second visit, Colin entered the house to collect his belongings, which Bree had taken from him hours earlier. When Colin stepped back into the garage, Bree locked the door behind him, trapping him inside. It was then that Colin messaged friends and family before making the 911 call. During the call, Bree returned, opening the door with a gun in her hand. While Colin was still on the phone and Bree stood behind him, she fired 4 shots into his back, leaving him with no chance of survival. In September 2024, Bree Kristen Kuhn was convicted of first-degree premeditated murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
That's it. Sure, you ain't never getting out. Yeah, that's the game. It's fucked up, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It's bad, man. It's extremely bad. So, we're going to get into the final one. This is a, matter of fact, you know what? I think I might kind of just end this one right here. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? I got Mother's Day, got some things I need to do today. So I'm probably, I'm just get out of here for the damn day. I wasn't going to do a little more. I'll probably hold that off until some other time. You know what I'm saying? When I break that down. Of course, Myron was talking some more, but it is what it is. Yeah. So on that note, man, it was definitely a pleasure. We don't went past the 3-hour mark. Y'all make sure y'all watch a little bit of basketball today, all of that stuff. Make it a good day for all of the mothers that you know, all of them that you'll be around, and of course your own, without a doubt, if you can. So again, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers, all of y'all. I'm not gonna list them again, but all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying enjoy your day. I hope those around you make it special for you. On that note, I'm about to get all the way up out of here. It was definitely a pleasure chilling with y'all. Peace.